Hey, YouTube. Good evening to you. Well, it's been a long time process. I've been through a lot of shit, a lot of stuff, a lot of medical issues, a lot of heartache, a lot of doubt, a lot of you name it. I've in it. But I'm in my own truck. I got a 2018 Freightliner Cascadia. It's got 114,000 miles on it. What's up, brother? 137,000 miles on it, sorry. And I think I'm going to try to get out and get a picture of it, but she's kind of dirty. I named my truck Betty. Don't know why I like naming shit, but I did. But she she's dirty on the outside. The last guy that had this truck, I don't know what he was thinking, but you know, if you get on a truck, the bottom line is you live in this truck when you're not home. My question is to a lot of people, do you keep your house the way you keep your truck? Because if you do, you nasty. I seen when I was still in training, I was in when the hell was that? Out east somewhere. This dude pulled up to the fuel island, and the guy had just came and cleaned out the trash cans. You know those 55-gallon drums that they have out here at the fuel island. That dude filled that can up again and had crap laying all over the floor, all over the ground. Wow. But this truck here, like I said, it's a 2018. Her name is Betty, and we're gonna we're gonna put a lot of miles on this truck. I have a feeling. I almost lost her today though. Um, Little backstory is I was supposed to been here at the yard in Denver yesterday morning at 6 o'clock to head out by no actually was it yeah yesterday morning at 6 o'clock to head out to New Mexico. Well, again, the guy that had this truck before me, there was a lot of things need to be done to it, and a lot of stuff still needs to be done to it. You figure with the drive tires on the rear, Swift has a very strict rule about only having 4/32. These are like at 3, which DOT would have had fun with that one. Actually, nah, drive tires are allowed to on DOT. No, not yet. My bunk heater, that's another thing I gotta. That's why I'm still here at the Denver yard. Is in the morning at 6:30. I'm gonna get with the guy with Freightliner, and he's gonna fix it for me. I read the owner's manual, tried to get it figured out, and I don't know. I figure let the Freightliner guy do it, and then just kind of that way. If anything screws up on it, it's his ass, not mine. I hate to be that attitude, but if it was my truck, my own personal one I bought and paid for, I'd fix it. Or I'd try to at least fix it further than what I did. But it's not my truck. I just drive it. But that don't mean that I'm not going to make it my truck. Here in a minute, let me throw my jacket on because it's cold up here in Denver. Here in a minute, I'll take you outside and let you see the filthy little girl she is. She I took her up to the alignment shop today. That was one of the things I had to have done because the it was towing and crowd walking and stuff like that. So I took it up to the alignment shop. had that done. Got 2 used drive tires put on the ass end of it, so that should be good and taken care of for a while. And Mohammed over here, he's looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But, oh well, life's a bitch. Make sure that. All right, let me turn you guys around here. I told you she was dirty. But do a complete walk around on it. There she is. Old Betty. Now normally on these drive tires, for some reason, when we get around to the other side, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Some of you guys might already know. I know Speedy does. But on the wheels, you think, I know, I'm trying to get it done. But on the wheels, if you see on that other truck, they have hubcaps and that thing in the center. Well, they're finding out that all that shit, all it does is screw the truck up and the chains come apart. A lot of guys are complaining about it. Look how filthy this thing is. My load locks here, if you look, I mean, dude didn't even know how to put chains on. If you look right here, that is all dirt. And that's a good 1/4 inch play right there down to the bottom. So the guy who had this truck before me, he never washed it. He never cleaned it. All he did was drive it. But anyway, those things there I took off because I wanted the nostalgic look of a truck, not the spaceship look. But anyway, this is her. This is Betty. What I plan on doing in the future, once I get caught up a little bit, is I'm going to get the lug nut covers and the center seal cover for it, front and back. I'm going to wash it at least every couple weeks anyway, and or whenever it needs it. I know a lot of people that know me don't think that, never would have thought I'd be driving for Swift, but you know, a guy has to do what he has to do to make a living. But that's Betty. I'm pretty proud of her. I mean, she does need a bath. She does need a lot of tender love and care. Fun, Speedy. See you later. Be safe, brother. Thank you for everything. But you figure when I say I'm going to make it my truck, even though it's not my truck, that's the way I'm going to do. Y'all know that I've been in this industry all my life. This is my first professional trucking job. But there ain't no need to keep a nasty truck. I don't care what anybody says. There's no excuse for it. You got to sleep in that shit. You got to work in it. Pretty much. Unless you're getting fuel, eating, showering, your ass is sitting right here or back in the bunk sleeping. Why not have it cleaned? Why not have it looking professional? But anyway, I'm finally in my own truck, and hopefully in the morning I'll be able to get out and get back on the super slab as a solo driver. I had mentioned, I think it was in the last video when I had my rant, about mentors not training people the way they should be. And my last mentor, Brian, excuse me, he's an owner operator for Swift. Awesome guy. That poor son of a gun, he had to put in 4 to 6 weeks of training in a week and a half to 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. And I owe him a lot. I mean, the first guy, fuck, I was sitting in El Paso, Texas twice for about 100 hours apiece. And then I ended up getting double pneumonia, then having to go home for a month to get that all taken care of. And yet here I am smoking. But I'm feeling a lot better. I'm doing better. Everything's going great. I'm going to start doing videos about what I didn't expect. The first thing I am going to throw out on this is the fact that if you decide to come to Swift and you want to do the truck driving thing, turn off that backlight, get off some a little bit of glare. Whoops, wrong button. Anyway, if you go to Swift and you go to the orientation, first thing they're going to do is give you books. Now, my mindset was when I got that book is I'm going to read the hell out of it because I need to. They're telling me I need to. And when I got on the first truck, my mentor was like, "Nope, you don't need to. You don't need to know that shit. You know, you just drive and sleep. Drive and sleep." Okay. And again, I know he watches these videos. He has my phone number. I wish he'd just fucking call me and or at least answer some of my calls. I call him. But, you know, get to know that book inside and out. The main thing on well here in Denver, what they do, and I'm pretty sure it's in other terminals and home terminals for throughout the country. But once you get done with your training, your 200 hours of training, you go back to your home terminal. They give you a driving test and a written test. Now, I don't know. Again, I'm only speaking about here in Denver, but it's a 56 question test. Pretty much common sense, but know your macros, all of your macros. And you can go into the driver's lounge where the office is there, where the window is, and ask for a macro cheat sheet, and that'll help you memorize what you need to know as far as the macros go. And study up on that shit because you will need it, not only for the test but throughout your career driving for Swift. Now, once that is done, then you get your own truck. Do it, put your stuff in there, do whatever you need to do, and call it yours. Call it your home away from home, your home at home, or whatever, however you want to classify it. But, my thing is with this truck, with Betty, is again, the guy that I had it didn't take care of it. She's going to be taken care of now. I mean, my dad used to tell me all the time, you take care of your equipment, regardless what it is, it'll take care of you. Maintain it, keep it up, keep it clean. As things sit right now, I got 2 complete sets of wiper blades. I got like a gallon and a half of oil, or actually a gallon of oil, 2 gallons of washer fluid. I went into this shop and I grabbed a bunch of glad hand gaskets, fuses, bulbs, anything I thought I might need for the truck, I grabbed. And that way I have it on the truck. But anyway, it feels really good being my own truck. Now, granted, it'd be nicer if I was actually driving my own truck on the road instead of sitting in the damn terminal. But it is what it is. It'll come around, and when it does, it'll happen for me. Is that too bright? Whoop! God damn it! Did it again. Turn that one off. No, turn that one back on. Turn that one back off. All right, there we go. That looks a little bit better. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing and checking me out. I am going to start cleaning up my language a little bit on here, but I will still drop the F bomb. Um, I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit, because now that I am on my own truck, I am a professional driver. I need to start acting more professional. That does not mean that I am going soft. That just means I'm going to be professional. But if I have to say fuck, I'm going to say fuck regardless. So, you know me, I have no filter, but I will try to clean it up. Speedy 9 Speed, you were on here a little bit ago, and you know, you've been great. You're an awesome friend. You're an awesome brother, and I appreciate having you in my life. And you know, if you ever need anything, give me a call. You got my number. Call me, and we'll figure out what we need to do to get shit done. Um, Again, my sister Robin, she helped me get my DOT physical done and whatnot. And my girlfriend Susie, she's right there beside me every step of the way. I was so damn frustrated today by the time I figured out what the hell was going on, because they wanted me to get out of this truck, get into another truck, wearing a CPAP. I couldn't be in another truck because there's no plugins for it. So they said, okay, just stay on the one you're on and get the shit fixed and drive. I was like, that was my plan to begin with. But anyway, again, thank you to everybody. Like, subscribe, comment. Negative feedback is always welcome. You're not going to offend me. Um, actually, give me negative feedback if you want, because I need to know what I'm doing different. What I need to do different. I'm going to start doing more recorded stuff instead of live stuff, because now that I'm on Betty, I can bring my camera and everything. I just need to figure out how to edit shit, get stuff edited and do stuff that way. But anyway, appreciate everybody. Trucker Nene, Little Dog, Thor, of course, Speedy, 9 Speed, Lily Trucker, we miss you. Come back. If anybody on my channel watches Lily Trucker, tell her to come back. We miss her in Whip Flap. Hey, Anthony, how you doing? I'm doing good. I'm just got on my own truck yesterday, and I'm trying to get stuff figured out on it so that way I can get going down the road making some cash. 2018 Cascadia. But other than that, just kicking it. How you been doing? I just get ready to get off here in a minute and probably go in and order me something to throw down my throat for dinner, because actually, no, I got food on here. I'm not going to do that. Conserve. That's the biggest way to conserve money, is bringing your own stuff on the truck and eat light. You figure right now, I weighed myself today on the scale. I ain't ashamed. I weigh 230, or excuse me, 330, and I want to try to get down to Kentucky. Hey, I was just there the other day, last week, and God, the weather was nice, but I don't know about this week. I guess they got a hell of a storm going down there. But I want to get back down to about 260, 270, which is an attainable goal. I gave myself to the end of the year to do it. My girlfriend Susie, she sent me out with a lot of ramen noodles and a lot of oranges and bananas and healthy snacky stuff. I did tell her though at least once a week I'm gonna stop in and have me a good dinner somewhere. And a good dinner to me is like the Iron Skillet, a buffet, stock up on it, and just get my winter fur fat back. But anyway, that's what's going on in my world. I'm really excited about being in my new truck. I'll be even more happier and more excited tomorrow. Hopefully, when I'm able to take a load somewhere, I am going to have to talk to him though about being compensated or something for them not getting this shit taken care of before I got on this truck. Um, because I've been here. It'll be 48 hours in the morning, and you know these wheels ain't turning. I ain't earning, and that ain't good. But anyway, thank you guys again for viewing me, watching me, following me if you do. I appreciate it. Um, Anthony, be safe in Kentucky. Like I said, when I was there last week, the weather was beautiful. This week, I don't know. I've been watching the radar and the weather, and it looks like they just had a storm go through yesterday and today. And that's it. We need to support one another and keep everything, get back to the old school days of stuff. I mean, I look in this yard and I've only seen probably 3 trucks the entire time that had CB radios. Now, my buddy Speedy 9 Speed, I don't know if anybody, if you watch him or not, but he did a video about a year or so ago about CBs. And he was dead nuts on about you get a tool, not a toy. Everybody, oh, why do you want a CB? Why do you want a CB? Because I could see in good weather, I could see 5-10 miles in front of me, on a long straight road. Hey, that's one thing I'm not looking forward to is driving in the snow. But anyway, he said get a tool, not a toy. And people, well, why? I was like, I can see what's going on in front of me. What's beyond that? I don't know. I don't speed. I drive the speed limit, maybe a little bit less. It could be a toy and a tool, depending on what's going on. But um, I where was I going with that? But anyway, I want to know what's going on in front of me. That way, if there's a wreck and there's something 15, 20 miles ahead of me, maybe I could start looking and see if I could find a detour way around it instead of sitting in freaking traffic for 5, 6 hours. And we were in where the hell were we? Virginia, West Virginia. No, we were out east somewhere. My mentor and I, and we were going the other way and coming back this way. On the opposite side of the road, there was a big truck that had caught on fire and burnt right to the ground. Now the traffic was backed up for I'm going to say a good 7, 8 miles. And they weren't going nowhere because that truck that was burning had the damn freeway blocked. And stuff like that. That would be a good use for a CB. You know, hey, southbound, watch it up there. There's blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, thank you. I can, you're clear all the way back to wherever you just came from. You know, Smoky, the cops. That's where I was going. I don't really drive that fast. I drive the speed limit, 70. You know, if I want to go faster than that, I'll get my four wheeler and go that way. But so I could really care less about the cops. Plus, people don't tell you about the cops no more. They'd rather have you find out as a surprise, just like everything else. But yeah, I want one of my things is I want to bring back old school trucking. Where people can sit down at a truck stop or whatever, shoot the shit, bullshit with one another, joke back and forth, get in their trucks and have a safe trip to wherever they're going. You know, that's the way it used to be, and that's the way it should still be. But unfortunately, it's not like that no more. And Thor, he had a great idea, and I don't know what happened to it about getting something on Facebook. Oh, what the hell was the name of it? CDO something another. Um, Anthony, if you're still on here, do you remember what that was called? Um, CDL Alliance or something like that. I can't remember, but anyway, you know, where we do help each other out. We have to, if somebody is broke down, somebody is whatever, we need to be able to stop and help each other, or at least get a right, at least get somebody a help to where they need to be. You know, one thing that CDL Legion. Okay, I'll have to look that up and join it because I knew they were starting it, but I tried to find. I went on his um, Thor's channel, and I don't know what happened. All of his videos got erased or something. I don't know. But Thor, we miss you. You need to come back too. But anyway, like I said, thank you everybody very much for all your support. Um, I'm going to be what they call a solar driver because I can't see at night to drive. So I'm going to drive from just about sun up, do my 11, and call it a day. And I'm going to start catching up on videos. And Anthony, I try to catch yours as much as I can. Um, okay, that makes sense. I'll have to check. I am subscribed to that channel, and I'll definitely have to check it out. And I don't blame them. I mean, some of the bullshit that was going on, it's like, you know what, motherfuckers grow up, because once you start attacking people's family, that's a line right there you do not want to cross with me. And you could call me, pick on me, do whatever you want to me personally, but don't go after family because I will find you and it will not be nice. But so but I'm pretty sure he still has those what are they called trolls and shit following him on that channel too. But I've never met Thor in person. I've only talked to him a couple times on here, and you know he's like I am. He's a good guy, and yeah, I mean, if I have a problem with somebody like this, that first mentor I had, I'll call you, and I don't know if he has me blocked. I don't know what, but he's not returning my phone calls. And I've already talked to a couple of people that know him and told him, have him call me. He does. And, you know, it, I have watched Thor and Valkyrie's channel before, and I've seen some of their videos, and his whole family's like that. His whole family is awesome from what I could see. Again, I've never met him, but first impressions on YouTube is they're great people. They very, very family oriented, and I think it's awesome. I've told him more than once. I've got a 6, even though I've never met him. And I mean that. Just like Anthony, I got your 6, and you know, and Speedy, I'll always have Speedy's 6. I mean, when I was in the hospital, when they damn near took my leg last year, he was the only one besides my girlfriend Susie that came up and seen me. And here's a little side note on that. He and I never met each other before then. We met each other the day that he came up to me, come up and see me in the hospital. Him and his girlfriend and their 2 girls. And you know that says a lot about a person right there. That says a lot about Speedy. And I tell you what, he's an awesome guy. And I hope, I don't hope, I know we're going to be friends for a long time, because he is top notch. And and that's just it. I mean, I don't know if you caught the pact where I said I was going to try to clean up my channel a little bit with my language or whatever. I was real as it comes. I'll tell a motherfucker to go fuck themselves quick. I don't care. That right there, the FTBS, that means fuck the bullshit. And that's exactly what it means, is fuck the bullshit. I don't deal with it. I never have, and I never will. And when when it comes too much, and that's just it. I mean, you can't. You could say frick, you could say frack. Why not just say fuck? It's the same energy. It's a shorter word. It gets your point across. And you know, I know people that go to church. It's almost my favorite word. My favorite word is sleep. But I know people that go to church every Sunday. They practice the Bible. They pray, and they swear worse than I do. And I'm pretty bad. I mean, holy hell! It's like, what the fuck is this all about? And some of them shock the hell out of you when they do it, even though they do it. They still shock you. But there's nothing wrong with being yourself, being real. Um, you know, I had a girlfriend once. This tell you how real I am. I had a girlfriend one time, and she came out. She bought this dress, and her butt wasn't that big, but it wasn't that small neither. But this dress made it look like it was like the size of a Texas. And she asked me, she goes, "Does this dress make my ass look big?" I said, "Yep." Well, needless to say, her and I ain't together no more because she couldn't handle my honesty. Don't ask if you don't want to know, because if you really want to know the truth, ask me, I'll tell you. And but you have to keep it real. You have to keep it simple. You have to keep it. You know, there was a time in my life, I'll be straight up, where anything I said you didn't want to believe. I was drinking pretty heavily. I was getting into some shit I shouldn't have been getting into, and I got tired of doing this shit all the time, looking behind my back. I got tired of remembering what I had to say this time that I said last time, and now it's just, here it is. If you don't like it, sorry. At least you know where I stand at the end of the day. And I never am going to go back to that, looking behind my shoulder, trying to remember what the fuck I just said yesterday for today. No. If I tell you that there's a pink elephant out in the fucking yard today, tomorrow that same pink elephant's going to be out there. And it's just one of those things where, right on, 10 years. I'm 22 years clean, the 7th of this month, of February. That's when my niece was born. And I tell you, I don't miss those days at all. As far as being sober, I'll have a drink every now and again, but I know how I am. the 7th of February. Well, happy anniversary belated. Um, I'll have a drink every now and again, but I know how I am. If I take a drink of something, whether it be whiskey, beer, Jack Daniels is my kryptonite. But if I take a small drink of it and I know right then and there if I'm going to stop drinking or continue drinking, and if I continue drinking, it's going to be until I'm done drinking. That could be a day, it could be 6 months. So I don't even try it no more. I mean, you know, I don't miss it. Yeah, I'm like that with tequila and tequila and vodka. Somebody's going to jail, and or either jail or the hospital or maybe both. But Jack Daniels, he and I get along really good. Um, but again, if you've never drank yourself sober, it's nothing to brag about. I've done it more times than I care to remember. And but it is what it is. And you know, if I could give up these goddamn things right here, these fucking cigarettes, I'd be doing a lot better. I'd be doing a lot better in life. And see, that's just it. I don't run. I'm too fat and old to run. I'd be like, just fuck it, take me to jail. Because I damn sure ain't running from you because y'all are younger and healthier than I am. And two, I'm too damn drunk to run. I don't even walk fast. It irritates Susie, my girlfriend, because we'd be at the mall and right. That's people ask me all the time, why do you smoke? I said keep from putting people in holes. And but when I'm out here on the truck, unless I'm just sitting like I am now, I put a cigarette in my mouth and just let it burn off. I'll take maybe two or three drags off of it. Right. And I'll go through. I roll my own. I think there's a place there in Castle Rock where I live called Smoker Friendly. I go in there and get a big bag of tobacco and a couple boxes of tubes for $22, and that's about right at about two and a half cartons of cigarettes for $22. So, but I roll my own. I got a whole shitload of them over here for the week. So once I start driving, things start working out better for me and getting out on the road more, then I'll be able to hopefully slow down or if not stop. You figure back in March, I was in a hospital for 2 weeks, didn't smoke a cigarette, didn't crave a cigarette, didn't want nothing to do with cigarettes. Susie came, picked me up. 2.5 seconds later, I was smoking a cigarette. I have a machine. Um, it's by Tops, Tops. Um, it's cost about $60 for the machine, and what it is, it's a machine about like this, about this deep, about that long, about yay deep, yay tall. And what it is, it has a little handle on it and a little handle that you push like this. You put the tube on, you put the tobacco in, you crunch it in, and just fuck. I could roll 2 cartons of cigarettes in like 20 minutes, and you know, you figure I rolled all those in about 5 minutes today, this evening before I got on here, and that'll last me probably till tomorrow night, first thing Saturday morning. And so I ain't doing too bad out here when I'm actually doing something besides sitting as far as smoking goes. But Hell, we all have vices, and fortunately, mine's a cigarette. It could be a hell of a lot worse. Could go back to my days I was 23, 24 years ago. Nobody would have liked me then. Nobody did like me then. Hell, they could barely stand me now because I'm too honest. I've been told a lot of times that I'm too, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm too outspoken. It's like today here at the office. You know, I came in on Friday to do my driving test and stuff like that. Right? Stock up on them, and then you don't have to worry about them until they run out. Then you got to worry about them again. But I got yelled at today about why I ain't out on the road. Again, fuck the bullshit. I came in on Friday, did what I had to do, get my test, my driving test, all that stuff done. I got my truck, I got Betty, and the mechanic and I went out and looked, and I told her, I gave him a list on everything that needed to be done. It needed to be washed. It needed at least good used tires on the drive axle. Um, Needed a couple other things done to it. And they had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday to get that shit done. My original plan with my DM, my driver manager, was to be here yesterday morning between 7:30 and 8 to take off to go do, start working. And I won't let that happen to me. I am not a doormat. And, you know, this individual started screaming at me and yelling at me. And I just told her, I said, you know what? I could fix this problem right now. I could go and get my shit out of the fucking truck and call it good. And she just kind of looked at me like, whoa, wait a minute. I was like, I gave you a list on what needed to be done to the truck. And for whatever reason, it wasn't done. That's beyond my control. Now I'm in this truck. I got all my shit in here. And you want me to switch trucks? That's fine. I'll switch trucks. But unfortunately, me having to have a CPAP on at night, the truck that they give me didn't have any 110 outlets in it. Shot that truck right in the ass because I'm not going to go out and invest, a couple of $300 or whatever it is for an inverter so I can run my CPAP. And because right now I just don't have it. If I had it, it'd have been no deal. But she kind of looked at me. He was all like, okay, we'll just go ahead and relax. We'll wait and see what's going on. And then, I'll let you know this afternoon. Okay, cool. And what, like you said, if they figure they could run you over like a doormat, they're gonna. And they're gonna do it every single time to you. And it ain't gonna happen with me because, you know, Swift ain't the only company out there. And, you know, all in all, everybody's heard the horror stories about Swift. And I'm going to be 110% honest and tell you straight up with what happened to me personally, Swift has been great. Um, I would highly recommend anybody brand new trying to come into the industry, come check it out. Come check out Swift. I'm not going to speak for other terminals, but I will speak for the Denver one here that I'm at right now, the one that my home terminal. You know, these people are awesome. With the little bit of problem we had today, and it was just all frustration. I know it was. You know, they have been absolutely great to me, and I have no complaints. Um, I have talked to a couple other individuals And we're all in agreement that you know with the reputation that Swift has and has had, it's only natural because they're the largest trucking fleet out there. They hire anybody, and you know it boils down to one thing and one thing only. Right? And attitude does go a long way. And you know, with Swift here, you know, they they're just a company like everybody else. They got their good, they got their bad, and everything. And you know, again, if you want to try coming to Swift, I recommend it. Just have common sense on what you're doing. It's like I was in Albany, Georgia last week, and I don't know what the hell that is, but anyway, um, I pulled into the Pilot there in Albany. I pulled in, back straight into the fucking hole, and my mentor he had a CV on his truck, and I heard him when I first pulled in. Ah, shit, here comes Swift. Everybody watch out. Here comes Swift. And I pulled in, pulled up, backed in, straight as an arrow. And that radio went silent. Of course, being the smart ass I am, where's all those fucking radio Rambos that talking shit about me? Where are they at? Nobody came back. I went back on the radio and I said, I know we have a bad reputation, but it is what it is. And, you know, it's all about having common sense on what you're doing. And then the fire started. Everybody started joking. Everybody started laughing. And I'll be the first one to throw a Swift driver underneath the bus, myself especially. And it's all about attitude, like you said, because if you don't have a proper, good, happy attitude, stay home. You're not going to continue doing what you're doing, right? And there is a lot of worse companies. I mean, I could name a couple right now, but I'm not going. Well, you know what? I am going to go to it. I am going to go there. JB Hunt for one. You know, every time I see a freight train go by, and all they are, CR England's another one. Every time I see a freight train go by and it's just fully loaded with JB Hunt trailers, I laugh. And that comes from back when I was a kid, because JB Hunt was the Swift back in those days, in the late 70s, early 80s. And you know, when I was in school, Schneider, there's another one, Schneider. I went to American Truck Driving School. Yep. Yellow is another one. Schneider. I walked, the recruiter dude walked in, and me and my buddy Matt, we took the class. We met each other in the class, but we were the only ones going to Swift through the school. And as soon as the Schneider guy found out that we were with Swift, oh boy, when he first come in the room, he's all handing out rulers and pins and brochures and shit like that, being all happy and joy. As soon as he found out that I was with Swift, well, he came over. He couldn't have took that shit out from in front of me fast enough. In fact, the cocksucker even grabbed the fucking pamphlet out of my hand. That pissed me off. So Schneider, you can kiss my ass, because I'll never work for you. And CR England. I was going to go to work for CR England. And then I got to thinking, I got doing some research. No, 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 no. Fuck you, CR England. Prime, there's good and bad in Prime. Um, I was actually going to go to Prime because what my three choices were CR England, Prime, then Swift. And I applied for Prime. I got, all approved, everything like that. And the day before I got ready to go on the bus, my recruiter called me up and she goes, "Hey, we need 6 months prior work experience." I told her, I said, "I told you, I just got out of the hospital with this leg surgery and shit like that. I haven't worked in 6 months. Sorry, we can't hire you." Okay, cool. I can understand that. I've heard that, and that's why I was thinking Prime. And but I totally understand where they were coming from. You know, so I don't hold nothing against Prime. They got a lot of good drivers. Their training program, from what I understand, is top notch. Um, but then again, that Swift thing in the back of my head. I used to run the Petro down to Vegas, and I see these guys come in all the time, and it was just like fucking Swift. I just shake my head and bend my head down. Fucking Swift. What the hell is going on here? All right. And, that's why I was kind of hesitant. But you know what? I'm glad I did come to Swift. I'm very happy here. Today has been very frustrating. But again, like I said at the beginning of this video, if people would take care of their shit and keep it nice, keep it clean, it would be a dead issue. I'd be on the road making money right now instead of sitting here freezing my ass off in Denver. That's another thing. I told my DM, I would rather not go west of the Mississippi or east of the Mississippi, because the last time I was up in New York area in Pennsylvania, that's when I got double pneumonia and fucking her died. So she brings out a little map. She goes, "Well, we have these zones here. Which one do you want?" I was looking at them. Of course, the biggest one is coast to coast, border to border. And the second biggest one is everything west of the Mississippi, border to border. I said, "I'll take that one." She goes, "Okay." So I got that one. So I'm hoping that, if they keep me this side of the Mississippi, not saying that there's nothing wrong with that being out east. I mean, I got a lot of friends and family out there up in Michigan and whatnot. But honestly, if I don't have to go, I'd rather not have to go. And, you know, when when everything's all said and done at the end of the day, again, I'm very happy I came here. The first mentor I had, like I said, he was a complete fuck off. And the second one, Mitch, if you do come to Swift, I highly recommend asking for him. Super nice guy. Mitch Bryan is his name. Super, super nice guy. He will teach you. He's been driving truck for over 30 years. So he's been with Swift for over 13 or 14 years, I think. But he's an owner op. He's out of Missouri. Great guy. Great, great guy. But anyway, I said this a little bit ago, and I'm going about damn near an hour on here. So this is the longest video I think I've ever done. And I appreciate everybody being out here with me. I'll do that. I'm trying to figure out how to do another email, so that way I have one for personal and work and one for this. I just got to figure out how to do all that. But once I get it figured out, I'll give you guys my email address and whatnot, and we can figure, go from there. Because my personal one I use for personal and work, I checked that thing and I got so many freaking bullshit emails on there. It's not even funny. At least if I get a separate one For here, I'll be able to thin through them a little bit easier. If I know somebody's name or YouTube channel name or whatever, I can just go right to them instead of having to go through everything else. But anyway, again, thank you guys for everything. You guys have been great. I appreciate all your guys' support. Like, subscribe, comment. Again, negative feedback, please. You bring it on. Give it to me. You're not going to offend me. Like I said, don't go after my family, because if you do, shit's going to hit the fan and I will find you. But anyway, y'all have a good, safe night. Have a good, safe weekend. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, you stay safe too. And CDL Legion. I'll check that out right now. Talk to you later. Bye.